Everyone dreams of Italy, the food, the wine, the breathtaking scenery. It's the dream trip. But Italy has a way of surprising even the most experienced travelers. Living here for 20 years and exploring the country all those years, believe me, I've fallen into every single mistake. Today, I'm here to help you avoid those mistakes so you can fall in love with Italy without falling into the traps. And stick around because I'll share with you the biggest rookie mistake almost everyone makes in Italy and how you can avoid it. Choosing the wrong airport. You probably assume Rome is your best option because, well, it's Rome. So you book a round-trip ticket to Rome without checking the alternatives. So if you look around to compare prices, you're gonna find much better rates depending on where you need to travel. Check your alternatives. Milan, maybe even Venice, or down south in Naples. Especially if you're already within Europe, Naples, Venice, or Florence can be your best friend. My sister, I want to explain this story. She was planning on flying into Florence to visit her brother, she loves me, and ending the trip by flying out of Rome. But I was looking at the tickets and she was gonna waste hundreds of dollars. Instead, she booked a round-trip ticket to Rome and out of Rome because booking tickets in and out of multiple airports, you can waste a lot of money. In Italy, where you land determines if your first meal is pasta or aspirin. And oh, that reminds me, recently I had to get back from Bangkok after a winter there, and I was looking at a ticket back to Rome, and I needed only a one-way ticket. But you know, I started looking at the prices, and a one-way ticket was gonna cost me as much as a round-trip ticket and more. Renting a car without knowing the risk. Renting a car in Italy sounds like fun, and it can be, but you got ZTLs, limited traffic zones, toll roads, that's expensive gas, aggressive drivers, believe me here, they're aggressive. No one pauses or anything when they're out driving, they'll mow you over. So my tip, go by train. It's easy, reliable, and they'll get you to where you want to go, almost anywhere you want to go. Save renting a car for when you want to explore rural Tuscany or Puglia, not city hopping. Driving in Italy, it's less under the Tuscan sun and more fast and furious, especially when you're in the city centers. My first trip to Italy, I can remember all those years ago. I rented a Fiat Punto. It was my very first time in Italy. I landed in Milan Malpensa Airport, picked up my little Fiat Punto car, and drove it immediately up to Lake Como and around the northern part of Italy. I was loving it, but I'll have to admit, it was stressful and it added to all that other newness of Italy, and I probably didn't need it. Looking back, I wish I would have done it by train. Let me know down in the comments, if you could own or drive an Italian car, which one would it be? Drop your comments below. Expecting easy public transportation. Italian trains, they're great, believe me, I love them, but they come with frequent delays and strikes. To those of you who comment that they don't, well, we must be living in parallel worlds. Italy runs on chaos, espresso, and a casual disregard for punctuality. So build a buffer into your travel schedule. Be flexible, patient. This isn't Switzerland. Ciao, grazie. Picking the wrong time of year to visit, or the right time of year to visit. You're thinking July and August, that'd be great, but so is everyone else. But it's crowded, scorching, and expensive. So, my advice from Gregor Brown to you, go with the shoulder seasons. April, May, or September, October. Those seasons, those months, you're gonna get the best rates, the best weather, and the best time. My mom visited in November. We knew we were pushing it. In fact, we got rained on a lot, but we still had a great time exploring Venice, Florence. My sister came in September and we had 3 magical days in Chianti, going to all the different vineyards, exploring on my vintage classic Vespa. I sold the Vespa, but the memories I'll keep forever. Not having proper medical travel insurance. You assume your insurance covers you when you're abroad, but many policies don't, and a simple falling down one of these cracks in the street or a medical emergency, well, that could ruin your finances. I'll give you an example. I've been running a lot here in the center of Florence along the River Arno. Beautiful runs. One day I feel a sharp X-ray after X-ray, MRIs, back and forth to see the therapist, and then I discovered I fractured my tibia in my left leg. That ended up costing me a lot of money. Now when I travel, I use Safety Wings Nomad Insurance Essential. It's perfect because it covers you for medical emergencies, repatriation as well, even things like trip delays and lost luggage. You can get add-ons on there as well for adventure sports. Think downhill mountain biking in the Dolomites. It's pretty cool. Or you can add on protection for electronic theft. Yeah, that's a good one to have, and I think about that for myself with all the camera gear and drones I travel with, and believe me, I've been in some dodgy places. Check it out for yourself. There's a link down in the description. You know, we're in Italy, pizza boxes, these little small wooden doors, and a row of motorino, little motorcycles. Refusing to speak Italian because you're paying for this vacation and bringing them tourism, that's like visiting someone's home and ignoring the family. So it's helpful, respectful, and Italians will appreciate the effort. Let's go over a few words you can use, implement on your trip. Buongiorno, or if it's after lunch, buonasera. Both of those mean hello. When you're ready to say goodbye, you can say arrivederci, or if it's a young person and you know them friendly, you can say ciao. You can also say that when you're approaching them too, if you know them. You can say il conto, the bill. If you're ready to have the bill at a nice restaurant when you're done eating, il conto per favore. Add on the per favore, and that means please. You can use per favore when you're ordering a coffee and you say a coffee per favore, cappuccino per favore. A lot of these things will just ease your vacation. You'll get a lot of smiles and enjoyment out of learning a few words and trying it out for yourself when you're standing at the coffee bar. Un cappuccino per favore. Ma dai. Learn a few phrases in Italian. Assuming Italy is one country, it is. It's unified, barely. But there's a big difference between the north and the south. Milan is sleek, Rome is big and grand, Naples is gritty, vibrant, chaotic. Oh, and the pizza's really great too. So, choose your base wisely. If you're planning on seeing places like Rome, Sorrento, Naples, maybe jumping in over to Sicily, going down to Puglia, Rome would be the perfect base, the perfect place to fly into, Rome Fiumicino. If you're planning on seeing the lakes, the mountains, the Dolomites, Verona, Venice, well, you might want to fly into Milan Malpensa and choose Milan as your base. Choosing the right base will make all the difference. Whether you're starting off in Rome with that plate of pasta carbonara, or Milan with the risotto alla milanese. Oh, I need to rest my feet a little bit. I've been using these Super Blast 2. They're my old running shoes I've now made into my casual shoes. It made me think about overpacking, and I see people walking around with these big bags. You pack your bag thinking for the perfect social media photos here in Italy, but you forget about the cobblestone streets, all the stairs, and the lack of elevators. In fact, one photo I always keep, I laugh at. We were enjoying it. My cousin, my sister, and we were in an elevator, small European cramped style elevator. We took the photo because it was unique for us because it's such a tiny little elevator. So when they can fit an elevator in one of these old palaces, it's a small one because there's not much space to retrofit them in. But you also forget about your loved one, your boyfriend, your husband, having to lug around your bag over all the cobblestones. I've been there before. It's not fun. Maybe that's why I'm still single. If you're overpacking, you'll quickly turn your dream vacation into a nightmare. So, pack sensibly. Go for comfortable shoes over stylish. Your feet and your sanity will thank you. So Italian. Assuming the air conditioning and heating work like back at home. But in these old palaces you find around, it's quite different. You'll think your Airbnb or hotel will have strong AC and solid heating, but the reality is sometimes they lack both. So, come here in the winter, well, be prepared to wear layers. In the summer, have that portable fan ready. I'm nervous about hosting my sister's family when they come here in June. It's gonna be hot and sweaty. I love my old apartment where I live, but single pane windows and no air conditioning. So think at night, open windows to try to let in the cool breeze. In the daytime, the blinds are shut. It's Italian style survival. Ignoring tipping culture. Okay, here's a controversial one. You're used to doing the old 20% or more back home, but in Italy, it's simply unnecessary. Leaving 20% on a bill in Italy doesn't make you look generous, it makes you look foolish. So keep in mind, it's not expected. In restaurants, we have a thing called coperto. So they'll charge a amount, let's say €2 per person at every table. That's like a cover charge. And when you get up and leave, no need to tip. If you're at a fancy restaurant and you had a good time, you can, but you don't have to. And you can throw down a couple of euro coins. I always keep some coins handy. Whatever you do, don't ask them to put the tip on the bill so you can charge it with your credit card. That's not needed. Don't let someone guilt you into American style tipping. I've heard stories about this in Rome, Positano, Cinque Terre, or at the Rome Fiumicino airport. The guy had a tip jar with US dollar bills stuffed into it to lure in the Americans to tip. It's not needed, don't do it. If you want to tip me, well, all you have to do is hit the like on the button, the thumbs up if you're enjoying the video. I appreciate that so much. Also, have you subscribed? If you haven't, you're missing out. Hit the subscribe button, click the subscribe button down below. That way you'll make sure you're getting all the new videos notified when they're coming in, and it helps me grow the channel. Thank you very much. Expecting American style convenience. Coffee to go, shops open 24 hours, eating at any time during the day. But Italy doesn't run on convenience, it runs on charm. So plan accordingly. Sip your coffee at the bar, slow lunches, and late dinners. I laugh about my Thai friend recently asking me, hey, where's the nearest 7-Eleven? There ain't no 7-Eleven here. If you want a bottle of water, well, you need to get to the grocery store, to the market before 8 p.m. Otherwise, you're out of luck. Italy is slow, inconvenient, and utterly irresistible. Assuming public restrooms are easy. You assume restrooms are everywhere here in Italy, but the reality is they're scarce, inconvenient, and often cost money. So what you need to do, well, carry around some coins, have those with you, because if you find a public restroom, it's probably gonna cost you a little bit of money, or you have to pay with your credit card. Or better yet, have another coffee, dive into a coffee bar, sip a coffee, and use the toilet before you leave. And my pro tip for you, well, when you're traveling around Italy by train, which I always recommend you do, before you get to your destination, make sure you go on the train. It's the best way. That way you're zipping along by train and you're using the bathroom and you arrive at your destination refreshed and ready. And that rookie mistake I mentioned at the start of the video, well, yeah, it wasn't going on the train before I got here to Florence and my destination. I got to Florence, I forgot to go on the train. I got out there at the train station and the bathrooms are dirty, smelly, and they cost money. So I thought I'll wait till I get home. I took the bus home, and by the time I got home, I was just bursting at the seams. So don't make the same rookie mistake. Thinking Italian restaurants move quickly, you expect fast service and convenience, but in Italy, the pace is slow. The waiters leave you alone until you ask, and you get great quality food. So sit back, relax, enjoy the environment, savor each bite. This slow life, slow food is exactly why you came to Italy. Eating in Italy is less about feeding your hunger and more about feeding your soul. Look at these bad sidewalks, paving stones, underestimating accessibility issues. That could be an issue. You expect Italy to be tourist friendly, but the reality is you have bad streets, bad sidewalks, steep stairs, and limited elevators. You remember earlier I talked about that photo with my cousin and my sister, all us jammed in the elevator? That's everyday reality. So if you have mobility concerns, plan accordingly. Italy wasn't built on convenience, and yeah, I guess that's part of the charm.
I followed you on YouTube.
Ah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks from Canada. See you guys. Liz, I'm guessing Australia.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for watching the
Thank
videos.
you.
Forgetting that Italy runs on cash. Back home, you may be used to pulling out your credit card, tapping it here and there, and buying what you need. But in Italy, many small shops won't take credit cards and prefer cash. So be ready with cash in hand at those little boutiques, souvenir shops, or if you're out in the countryside, you may find they'll look at you strange if you pull out your credit card, even if Italian law says they have to accept credit card. In Italy, good old hard cash is king. And a pro tip for you, I know many of you traveling from outside of Europe, you come here and your credit card doesn't work. I don't know why that is. My advice, notify your bank before you travel over to Europe and Italy. You'll be using your credit card abroad. It'll save you a lot of headaches. Do you remember earlier we talked about credit cards and the use of cash? Cash is king. But tourists make many mistakes when they're here in Italy and often get confused and lost. So I made a whole deep diver explainer video, all the pitfalls and all the ways you can avoid them and have that perfect Italian getaway. Watch this video next.